Charge, where's the quick ball? Here it comes, there are men over on this side. Will James? Shane Williams was outside him, but he couldn't release the ball. Now Williams gets it. Nice little dancing run. Kevin Morgan coming in to change the angle from the inside ball by the skipper. Oh, that's well done. Rhys Thomas, Colin Jarvis. Referee again playing an advantage to Wales. Jones offloads. David James.
Ball started from the line out. Ian Evans, first touch really. Delivered off the top, a backs move, then hook up the middle. Well-worked move, run into some, but just offset the defence enough for him to win the contact, to win the battle of the gain line. As the ball comes back, as you say, Thomas did very well to recycle on the inside. Stephen Jones fancied it himself. Stafford Jones, like all good wingers, just trailing their fly half, and the big man's very difficult to hold up from that close range. I think Stephen Jones probably fancied it himself here. Understood he wasn't going to get there.
Does get the conversion though. Extra points, David James playing his first World Cup match since the game against Australia back in '99. Missed the 2003 competition altogether. 15th international try though. Big man, 6'3", big stretch.
That's Stephen Jones' last touch, I believe. Kerry Sweeney coming on to replace him.
Gareth Cooper as well, I think, so a change at half-back all around.
Yeah, I think Stephen Jones come back from injury, hasn't he? So he's played some game time against Canada, had a half-decent game against the Australians. A good 50 minutes today. That's probably enough for him to keep him fit and rested, to make sure he doesn't tweak anything. And he come back from injury, it's always dangerous to do too much. Should see him fully fit for the Fijian game next week. I think the way Stephen Jones has played last two games, he's probably cemented that number 10 jersey. There was a lot of focus, wasn't there, on the 10 jersey before this World Cup started.
Rhys Thomas appearing alongside David James, who was in the first receiver position. Williams, hook, it's all very tight out there. Shane Williams not getting anywhere. Gareth Cooper can pop it up well though. There immediately to get it away. Again, David James in the first receiver position. Kevin Morgan, dangerous. Good flick forward though.
Duncan Jones showing all prop forwards that he can handle out there, don't need to be afraid of the ball. And Horseman saying tit for tat, I can do that as well.
Nice skills. Japan looking to compete on the floor, but it's Jarvis first of all.
Done everything so well there. Work the ball away, Jarvis hands, Horseman hands, Jones hands, and then who drops it to fly half? Morgan, great hands. I think he just saw the trial and the Red Sea had opened. He was off to the races and just thought about his conversion before he'd scored.
Job done then for the first for this game. Job done, I'm sure the coach will agree, but there's a lot of work to be done still, isn't there, before the Fiji game?
Very much so. It's not been quite as clinical as they'd have liked tonight. Oh, feeding, another feeding. The Joel Hughes has decided to do a one-man campaign against feeding in the scrums.
Cooper draws the pass. Popham, interception. Off goes Onozawa this time. Loves to counter-attack. Oh, he's got some pace. He's going all the way. A second superb try for Japan.
They live off scraps, don't they, tonight?
Don't they just?
The opportunity came. He snaffled the interception. Gareth Cooper set off. Popham thought, we're just playing sevens now. There's no Japanese defenders left. Mr. Onozawa decided, no, Kevin Morgan, poor effort from a fullback, should have shepherded him towards the touchline. And James and Evans never really had the pace. Shane Williams chased him all the way, but he's done extremely well because he's taken that from a standing start.
Scored a try on his debut against Wales back in 2001, playing fullback that day. On the left wing today. Vastly experienced man, winning his 38th cap.
we're just talking, weren't we, about Wales having a lot to do.
Yep.
You know, it is the bonus point victory. That was the minimum requirement. Just being too loose to really danger any of the top sides to feel as though you could go into those games and win them. There are too many basic errors going on. Again, there's glimpses of brilliance, but on the whole, too patchy for Wales to consider themselves serious contenders at the moment.
One more change. Michael Owen comes onto the field in the number 8 position in place of Alex Popham. Down to his opposite number, the skipper. In the counter-attack, Endo scored that fabulous try in the first half. And Wales pushing up towards the 50-point mark, aided by a couple of errors. Nice Robbins this time.
He won't thank his scrum half there. He's having to deal with all sorts of Welsh pressure coming through to him whilst he's trying to get these clearance kicks away. The last thing he needs is a bouncing bomb.
So it'll be the chance for Gareth Cooper to put into the scrum here and start the new season in England with Gloucester. Made 4 starts back in the competition in 2003, but has slipped down the pecking order since then. Michael Owen controlling the ball with his feet. Cooper outside him for the try.
Dragon
have to go upstairs.
Newport Gwent Dragon to Newport Gwent Dragon. As you say, Cooper's left now, but old sparring partners at the base. Talked about the link between 8 and 9, and when you play together as a club side as often as these two do, it helps. Owen trusts the call from Cooper. It's a good scrum. It's a good scrum. The front row will be annoyed. Felt they were going all the way. Don't give it to a scrum half. Dives in well. Not a lot to hit of Gareth Cooper, is there?
Nope. Didn't just get the ball down before he touched the corner flag or touched the line.
I'm thinking a try at first glance. I'm still thinking a try. I'm still... Cool.
Tight.
Stop doing it. I got it wrong in Namibia, France. I thought Van St. Clair had got his 4th try, but the video official decided otherwise.
Christophe Berdos, the TMO. The TMO wants just one more look.
He's going to give that his knee. Don't do it to me again. The man with the screen.
Referee still has to wait.
He's looking to see if his knees just make contact. Does he get the ball down before the base of his legs on the right-hand side of your screen touch? Oh. Come on, give the try. Oh,
Finally,
5 minutes.
the decision is yes.
Yeah, well worked to the base between Michael Owen and Gareth Cooper. Little ball of muscle that is Gareth Cooper, tremendously explosive. Super quick over 10-15 metres.
Terry Sweeney takes over the goal-kicking duties. Scorer of 84 points for Wales. Played 33 times, including substitutions. Just drifting wide.
You normally like him in front for your first kick, don't you, really?
Yes.
Not on the touchline. Great kicker of the ball, though, Terry Sweeney.
Hugh Bennett, the Ospreys hooker, is the latest man to come onto the field. Family from Ebbw Vale in Gwent. There's Michael Owen, leads the charge up to the 22.
Yeah, Rhys Thomas has sneaked off. He's had a good game. Took his try extremely well. Been very prominent in the loose. Solid in the tackle. The Welsh scrum's gone very well. Been very pleased with his performance so far.
8 tries for Wales, 8 different scorers. Wales matching their record of scoring at least 7 tries in every game they've played against Japan. Ian Evans, one-handed that time, down to Cooper. Robinson finally stopped. No great numbers over there, so Will James has to hang on to the ball.
All very static. Duncan Jones at scrum half, turning to pass, and then Will James at fly half.
There's Sweeney's little ball over the top. Breaks go Wales' way then. James Hook plays a bit of soccer.
Oh,
Shane Williams will not get it.
No. Duffer James very unselfishly backed away and said, go on then, finish it off. James Hook initially, I mean, the ball comes through. James Hook couldn't trap a bag of cement if he plays football like this. He's meaning to kick it straight. It's going over there for. And Shane Williams again up. That's a terrible effort. That was try number 34 for him, wasn't it? On a plate.
Sweeney probing through the gap. Jarvis couldn't take the ball. Turnover onto the Japanese side, but under pressure still. That's their 22-metre line. Yoshida just checking where his men are standing. Martin Williams burrowing in, looking for the turnover as ever.
And if he doesn't win it, he does enough to completely slow it down. Knows and listens for the referee, hands away, and then he pulls his hands in the air. That's me, I've done my job, ref. And then he gets penalised for being offside. Martin. He stood up from the tackle, the ruck formed as he was standing up from the tackle, the ball popped out, and like sweets in a candy shop, he couldn't help himself. Yeah. Oh, I love that. No, offside.
Well, we've got some massive games coming up for you in the next couple of days. Tomorrow, of course, France and Ireland in Paris for a must-win game. You can see the build-up to that one at 7 o'clock on ITV4. And the match then continues at 7:30 on ITV1. And Saturday, first up, South Africa against Tonga from Lens on ITV1 at 12:30. Following on from that, it's England versus Samoa. Samoa including the chiropractor Brian Lima in their lineup for that game. Lots of stake from that game at Nantes. What a great weekend in prospect. Game still not over as far as Wales and Japan are concerned. It's Cooper. Martin Williams. If anybody deserved a try from this game, it's the man they call Nuggets.
They went to Michael Owen in the line-out. So good at the back line. He gets the drive going. Very strong, stayed tall, allowed people to form around him. A big drive. Gareth Cooper just did enough with the snipe to drag in Luke Thompson, the defender. He just ball watched for a second. Martin Williams just saw him going, drifted out, used the ball as an extra attacker. Just drifted down the line of the path, put him into space. Quite rightly deserved a try. If there are 8 people who've scored so far and he hasn't got one of them, that was an injustice. He set that straight, scored it well, and Kerry Sweeney will be delighted with another easy conversion.
Teammates together at Pontypridd years ago. So they went their separate ways. He's learned from the first miss.
He has. He's great kick. Ooh, Pontypridd and Sardis Road. There was a pleasant place to be an Englishman on a Friday night. Found myself down there in the Heineken Cup a couple of times with Leicester. The chief, Dale McIntosh, my goodness. Welcome to Sardis Road, Greenwood.
The house of pain.
Get in, get out quickly. Hopefully with your limbs still intact.
Gethin Jenkins has come into the front row in place of Horseman for Wales. Still fair play to them. Japan come forward. Robbins Again, jinking around. Kusumi, the replacement 22, in there with him.
Jamie Robinson turned over there. I thought he'd done very well. Part of the tackle, get up on his feet, contested the ball. But the referee in this instance had decided the ruck had already formed before